Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. My name's Brent, and this is Brents VanLife. If you don't know who I am, I've been living. We're just finishing up 4 years living in a van. Well, actually, right now, a school bus with my beautiful little dog, as you saw. The dude, right, dude? Yeah, that's right. You're saying hi. Good boy. We are out on Vancouver Islands, beautiful east coast in the Goldberg Express. Huh. Not quite sure what that's all about, but we got here afternoon yesterday, met a beautiful couple. They are leaving this morning. There's two beautiful sites on the other side of this beautiful wreck site, and I'm going to go see if we can secure one of them. They have a little bit more protection from the wind and the rain, which means weather. Let's get over there. So these are my newfound friends, Gail and Theo. They're from the island here, and we're gonna steal their spot when they leave today. But for now, we're gonna enjoy this. So while we're sitting here cleaning up breakfast messes, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Brent. I'm a retired 61-year-old from Vancouver Island, and I live in a school bus. I've been doing this now for, I'll be starting my fifth year? Let me think. 5th year in a school bus, living on the road. We started, well, kind of by accident. I kind of fell into it totally by, I wanted to join the van life, but I wasn't sure about full time. And when I retired, I sold my mobile home and went to move closer to my kids in the next province. I had lost my mom to dementia, and I sat at home for about a year watching YouTube videos just like you guys, and I kind of fell in love with the aspect of traveling and not really having a home. And well, things kind of went wonky when I went to Alberta. I kind of planned on buying property, and I had bought a transit bus and wanted to convert it for the weekend warrior, take off for a week or two and enjoy my grandkids. And well, it was during COVID. And sometimes things don't quite work out the way we want. I couldn't get medical. I couldn't get a doctor. I couldn't get a driver's license. And after 3 months of attempting to get all my ducks in a row, as you say, and purchase some property, I gave up and went back to BC in a half-built Sprinter van, and I put all my stuff in storage. Much to my avail, though. It was probably the best thing I have ever done. I say this because I went back to BC with nowhere to go, and I had to finish my build. So I wandered around the lower half of Vancouver Island, finding spots to camp. And luckily for me, I had a bunch of battery operated tools. That was the January 2020. So yeah, I'll be starting my 5th year this January of living on the road in a school bus. And man, it hasn't been easy. I've lost a dog, I got a new one. I had my first van, bought this one, it's broken. I'm on my 3rd motor. Yeah, it's been quite the experience. You'll have to go back and check some of the older videos out. But when it comes to van life, it is one of the most amazing gifts that was presented to me. To find myself in beautiful places like this, except me and the dude. What do you think, buddy? This guy's only been on the road his whole life. I stumbled across him in Bigger, Saskatchewan, and he is the spitting image of Goldberg. Hence, we are on the road with Goldberg's ghost. The dude. I've always been a bit of a, I don't want to say transient, nomadish kind of guy. We traveled a lot and moved a lot when I was a kid. When I came back here to Vancouver Island and when in my 30s, I got into the Volkswagen scene, and I had probably about a dozen different Volkswagen buses that I had fixed up and sold and fixed up and sold. And I've traveled all over, well, Western Canada, and I even drove one of them across Canada to Halifax. And so I've really enjoyed being out and on the road and seeing different things. And when I started watching YouTube and seeing the videos about nomads living full-time in their vans, I went, I can do that. I bet you I can do that. Because I used to spend anywhere from 2 weeks to a month in my Volkswagens. And meeting new people is very simple for me because of my background in sales and in, what do they call it? Hospitality. I've done every aspect there is in restaurants and bars and stuff like that. Bartended, waitered, cooked in kitchens. So I'm pretty much of an open, free spirit. So I just love being around people, but I don't. If that makes sense. When I'm around people, it's fun. But damn, when I got off work, I isolated. I went and hid by myself, and I would just get away from it all to re-energize myself. So hence, why am I making videos? Well, I watched a documentary on, what's his name? Foo Fighters guy, Dave Grohl. That's it, Dave Grohl. Oh, I got my camera upside down. Oh well, I'll fix it in editing. Dave Grohl was in an interview, and he used to talk about his childhood when he was a drummer in a band, and he really wanted to document his life. So he bought himself one of those small cassette recorders with D-sized batteries, and every night when he went to bed, he'd talk into his microphone and speak into the cassette and record what happened to him that way, because he wanted to document his life, thinking he'd grow up to be a rock and roll star. Well, as we all know, he did. And he says, I stopped doing that, one, because of the price of the batteries. And two, I started realizing once he started playing for Nirvana that his life was being documented by everybody. So there was going to be film and video and audio of him doing something throughout his rest of his life. And I thought that was the coolest thing, because for my life, I've been told so many times I should write a book, I should do something like this. I've had a pretty colorful background, let's say. And I love life. So YouTube was my outlet. It's allowed me to be out enjoying my life, and it's allowed me to meet so many cool people. I've traveled all across Canada a few times. We were in Newfoundland about 3 years ago. We covered Saskatchewan this year. I was in northern BC the year before that. And yeah, you meet people all across. I have friends all across Canada now. And for that, I'm deeply blessed because I contact quite a number of them on a regular basis. Hey, guys. um, yeah, it's been a blessing. I'm not the healthiest of people either. As many of you have followed along and watched me go through the struggles in life, I suffer from severe COPD. I have a heart condition. I have high blood pressure. Both my knees are shot, and so is my shoulder from rheumatoid arthritis and the deterioration of our joints. I suffer from an autoimmune disease, and I'm probably crazy for what I'm doing. Because I'm telling you, this isn't the easiest life to be living. But one thing I always thought from the very beginning was I wanted to start living before I started dying. My father died at a very young age. He was just starting to enjoy his life, and he had retired early to do so. But God had different plans, I guess. I had moved to Vancouver Island to make a change in life, and that's when I got involved in Volkswagens. So I guess that makes me a little bit of a free spirit my whole life, which kind of blends in with this lifestyle. YouTube has been a blessing because since I can't have any other hobbies, like golf and jogging and all these other great things, people always tell me, "Oh, you got to go to the gym and work out." No, I can't. My knees will fall apart. I can't even swim because of my shoulder. I go to the pool and I work out. But let's get back to where I'm on track here. YouTube has gave me an avenue in which I can reach out and talk to you guys, and I get to play with my creativity, which helps keep my brain active. My mother died of dementia, so it's always in the back of my head, worrying about things like that. So instead of sitting around and worrying, I go out and I find no beautiful places. And I try to create stories on van life and what it's like. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, I was doing videos every 2 days. I got burnt out. So we work our butts off to keep my mental state sane, I guess you could say. Because I think if I sat at home for a few more years after my mother passed and I had retired, I don't know where I'd be right now. But I do know I love my life today. And as stressful as it can be, I seem to always find that silver lining, that always there's something good to celebrate what's right with the world, as stated by, what's his name, Dwight Jones of National Geographic. Yeah. I love my life. And I love that I can share it with you guys. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Make sure you like the videos when you watch them. If you want to make sure that you don't miss one, hit the notification button. And dude, you want to come say hi? Come here. And you also get to see the dude, because he's always here with me. Right? Right. He disappeared. I am going to follow this video up with one of my first videos of me showing you guys where I live. And I don't mean down by the river. I mean my school bus and how it's laid out. And I'll explain how it's changed over the last 3 years. So until then, dude, peace, love, and granola. And we'll see you on the next vid.